The hardest attacks to defend are the ones that you don't see coming. One of those is being a simple two-hand push. Now, one of the things that we used to learn a long time ago when we were doing two-hand pushes was the idea of the wedge. I put my hands on top of each other, I shoot through the push, I contract the arm, I throw the elbows to the throat, which again is a nice move to use in the clinch, and we go from there. Now, in reality, because again, you don't always see a push coming. No one is going to push you with their arms back like this and is coming at you. If you're in those situations where you're in somewhat of a confrontation already, those pushes are going to be unexpected. And if he just suddenly pushes me, I'm never going to be able to do the wedge. No matter how many times we try, I'm never going to be able to get into that wedge. You might be able to do it if I see the push coming, but even still, as soon as he makes that contact, I'm going to lose it. So when it comes to those situations, what we're more focused on is how do we follow up from that initial push and how do we defend it from there. Because a lot of times when it comes to a two-hand push, this person's using it as a way to antagonize you in hopes that you're going to throw a punch, or again, just to kind of lead up to what could be another punch, take down whatever you want from there. So after that initial push, we're having a confrontation, he pushes me, my hands have to come up immediately. And all I'm looking for now is what's going to follow. He may do a fast push and come in with a punch, and now my hands are already ready. I can work the punch out of the way, I can work my counters, we can go from there. But if we're simply just kind of focusing on the fact that this person's just antagonizing you and they're just going to consistently just keep pushing you, how do we kind of disengage from that type of situation? So again, he does the initial push, my hands come up. Now, when it comes to the follow-up pushes, I would hope that you would be able to do this on the first one, if not by the second one for sure. But when he goes to throw that next push, I want to make sure that I'm simply just doing quick, abrupt blocks and just redirecting his push as much as possible. I'm not trying to do any big movements. I'm not going to do big windmill blocks out of the way. It's just simply, because my hands are up, I can redirect two different angles. I can redirect from the outside in. I can redirect from the inside out. But it's just quick, abrupt movements that redirects his energy, which in turn is also going to collapse him a little bit closer. And then from there, you have a few other options. Now, before we even get to those, after that initial push, if you have that distance and this person starts closing back in on you again, I can literally just throw a front kick and keep that distance at bay and try in hopes that he, that's the end of the fight and he doesn't want to pursue any further. But in that case, he keeps coming at you. I block the first one, my hands come up, he comes in for a second one. Couple options. I can re-engage this and trap onto the person. Now, when we get into these positions, obviously I don't want to necessarily stay here, but if I want to stay here for a little bit in hopes to control the person, again, I can start working these knees a little bit, and then we do have options from takedown. So the first option that we have is to tuck this head, pull him back down across this way, and we just simply, get our knee on belly, control this person down, pin the wrists if you need to. You can work all sorts of different techniques from there. Other option from the takedown from this position is I can literally do this from the front. So I can sweep the person, we can take him down to the front, we can do the same thing that way. You have options from that as well. He does that initial push, my hands come up, he pushes again, I come in for the clinch, you throw your knees, take the person down, we control from there. I block, he pushes again, I trap in, we take the person down back way. Now you do have options if you want to where you can just throw strikes, and again we break that distance right away. So again, he pushes, my hands come up, I'm still going to redirect, but instead of doing any sort of takedown, I'm literally just going to start throwing strikes. Now I don't necessarily have to throw any crucial strikes. I can literally just slap the person across the face. I can literally just counter them down to the gut a little bit. And again, I'm just kind of using those as an opportunity to step back. But I want to make it as abrupt and fast as possible so they have zero time to react. So he pushes me the first time, my hands come up, he pushes again, and I'm just creating that space. So you do have options. Again, the focus is not necessarily how do we deal with the initial pushes, how do we deal with the follow-up pushes that result from that. Your best bet is quick, fast motions, control the person right away and take them down, or do some sort of counter strike and create that distance right away. So play around with those two different options. Again, let the person actually push you. It doesn't help if they're just casually pushing you back. You have to have that full motion of getting pushed. Let the person just continually push after you, and you just have to, again, try and defend it and work from there. So let us know what you think. Give it a shot. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and we'll see you next time.